Hey guys, it's Sarah, and this is my weigh-in Wednesday / countdown to Nashville / regain journey. I'm not going to go into the full spiel, but I did start my journey on April the 26th, 2012. And down below will be my other stats. I started this regain journey, I don't even know what day. 4 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago? I don't know. And I should go back and figure that out. Last week, okay, so I started the regain at 236. Last week I was 233.6, and today I'm 228.6. So that's a 5-pound loss for the week, and 8-pound loss overall. So not great, but not bad. I'm super tickled about that. I had a gain last week, and still don't know what that's about. Finally, my body got itself in gear. And I'm super pumped about the 5-pound loss because we actually traveled this weekend, and, you know, I did as well as I could for the situation. But, you know, when you travel, stress is high, and you just have to make the food choices that you can. It's not always, you don't always have the availability of the most healthiest choices. So, yes. But other than that, things are going well. And, like I said, I was gone over the weekend, so I did not work out Saturday or Sunday. Although, I did walk around Nashville a little bit on Saturday. And Brianna and I got tattoos. We went to see Matilda. My husband got me tickets for my birthday. And then we also got tattoos while we were in Nashville. So I'm super excited about my tattoo. And mine says changed ... and hers says for the better, or ... for the better. So they're kind of best friend tattoos, but that's something I've been wanting to do for a while. And I had one tattoo that I got when I was 18. And it is a best friend tattoo, and it is based on that song in Wicked, one of the best friend songs, which is my favorite show. I've seen it like 8 times. But that changed actually has dual meaning for me because, you know, most of you know that at one point I lost 180 pounds, and even though I've only lost 130 now, 135, something like that, I'm still changed. And it's just a great reminder that I'm never going to go back. You know, I may gain 20, 30 pounds. You know, I'm hoping to get this 50 off, 40, 50 off, and then stay there for a while. But I will never be that 357-pound girl again, and I know that. So I am super tickled about that. So that's kind of an on-scale victory. And it was also, I mean, I would have taken my clothes off for anybody before, probably. But I ended up putting it on my thigh, on my hip, and my hip, and, you know, I actually made them look at it before they did it because I was worried with saggy, jiggly skin and dimples that they might not be able to put it there. And I don't think that I'll be able to ever afford to have plastic surgery, but in the event that I do, I didn't want to put it somewhere that later they'd say, oh, we're going to be out thousands of dollars. I mean, you know, $100,000 for plastic surgery, but we're going to have to remove your $100 tattoo. So I didn't want that. And I knew there I would never probably ever have my legs done. If I had plastics, it would be my arms and my tummy. So we'll see. So let me give you guys a few little tips that I really think that have helped me lose this 8 pounds. Being consistent with my water. Most days I'm getting 64 ounces. There's been a few days I got over that. There's been a few days I've been like maybe 8 ounces short of that. Not drinking, although I did have a glass of wine last night. Again, I'm not a huge drinker, but, you know, I got in the habit of having a glass here and there because it did calm me down after having a stressful day. Something I'm not super proud of, but, you know, it is what it is. Exercise. I've exercised every day except for the 2 days we were gone over the weekend, and, you know, we did quite a bit of walking Saturday, so I'll take that. You know, I'll take that as an account. And then Brie and I have been doing that this is our 3rd week of food prepping, and it has really been beneficial. I mean, we're mostly doing dinners, but we have done some breakfast items, and also some treats. And it is just nice to know that if I really, really want a sweet treat, I can just reach in my fridge and grab something. I can do it mindlessly. I don't have to think about it. I can just get something out of the fridge and know that it's okay to eat it. And that has really been helpful. And it's really funny because since I've had those sweet treats, I've really not eaten that many. I mean, I have tons left in the fridge. So I'm really tickled about that. And here's the other good thing about the dinners. We're making these dinners, but it's just Ed and I who are eating most of the stuff. Like, Oz is hit or miss on what he eats. But here's the deal with that. I've usually got enough for leftovers for lunch the next day, or, for lunch the next couple of days. So, I'm making a healthy meal choice at evening, but it's carrying over to the following day. So that has really been beneficial. And I know that people say you need to food prep, you need to think of what you're going to eat, blah, blah, blah. This is the first time we've actually sat down, like on the Sunday or Monday, and just made X amount of meals for the following week. We've never done that before, and we are kind of splitting up the ingredients so things are a little bit cheaper, and it has just really been awesome. So I would recommend that, especially if you have a buddy that you can do it with, a couple buddies. We talked about doing it before with a larger group of women, and the thing that Brie and I, well, for one, it was going to be super expensive, and for two, one of the things that I felt like we got into was we're pretty open as far as what we eat and won't eat, and most of the meals we've been focusing have been on low carb, but one is this enchilada bake that we made, and I just ate mine. I think I actually ate that with couscous that night because it was pretty runny, but I mixed eggs with rice. Well, I would just eat the protein and not the rice. So there was a garlic chicken recipe, and the first night I just ate the garlic chicken part, kind of like a soup, because it was really, really soupy, because it's supposed to be with spaghetti noodles. But I put eggs with spaghetti noodles, and I attempted to give some to Oz with spaghetti noodles. But the next day when I had leftovers, I thought, I've got to put this with something, and I made zucchini noodles to put it with. And it was super yummy, super tasty, and so anyways, but the other thing we ran into is similar taste. There's another family in particular we talked about cooking with, and they don't eat anything. And so it's going to be really difficult for us. I add mushrooms to everything. And it's not a big deal not to put mushrooms in something. But when you're talking about splitting items and you're only putting so much meat in things, beefing things up with extra veggies or mushrooms or whatever really has made a difference. And so just things like that. So you really have to know somebody and know that they're going to eat similar things to what you might eat, or that you can adjust it for both individuals, both families. So, yeah, and then there's been some things that we've just made one serving of, but it was so big, it was big enough for a larger family that we could put it in 2 separate containers, one for her 4 and then one for us 3, because there was enough, it's really just Ed and I eating. So anyways, okay guys, I'm going to buy groceries Friday or Saturday, so expect a food haul video maybe over the weekend. And there's a couple other videos I'd like to do, a video on low carb bread and the Faker tot casserole, because both are super yummy and super, super easy. So we will see you later.